what's up guys? So this is going to be my Imperial Assault Jabba's Realm announcement video. So Gen Con's going on right now, so Fantasy Flight had their in-flight brief, and they basically teased a whole bunch of news for Imperial Assault. So we're going to start at the top here. There's the Jabba's Realm new expansion pack coming. It's going to be a big box expansion pack. This may be the first boxed expansion pack that I buy multiples of, because first and foremost, Rancor. Finally, a Rancor is coming, and it's beautiful. I mean, just look at this thing. It's huge compared to everything else that it comes with. It's just magnificent. And if you look at the card, it's only costs, it looks like it only costs 10 points. So that's really cool, because like you could field multiples of these things. I may want 3 or even 4 of these. Now, I can't. I don't have unlimited funds, so I'm not just going to rush out and buy 4 right away. But maybe if I catch them on sale eventually. We'll definitely start with 1 and see how good they are, though. I really hope they're good, and I think it would be a lot of fun to have like maybe 3 Rancors roaming around. But you can see that they don't have that they can't interact. So that might be bad for certain skirmish missions when you need at least something to interact. So you might need some points for other things. But anyway, Rancor's awesome. We got a lot of cool stuff like Gamorrean guards. We've got we've got all kinds of we've got Jabba. We've got, although Jabba, in continuing with the expansions, the guy on the cover is not somebody who actually has a miniature in the box. We saw this with Boba Fett. We saw Lando. All of them kind of get sold separately. But basically, this is really cool because it's continuing the timeline, in that you were getting 2 expansions per movie from the original trilogy. So we had just kind of finished up, episode 5, and with Bespin, and now everybody was like, well, they released some stuff from before A New Hope with like Obi-Wan and then the Inquisitor and Greedo, all people that were alive technically before A New Hope. So some people thought the next expansion was going to be a Star Wars Rebels expansion. And while I'm totally cool with the Star Wars Rebels expansion, I just don't want it yet. I want them to finish what they've started. I want this, and I wanted, a Jabba and then also an Endor expansion. So hopefully an Endor expansion will be next, and we'll get the Emperor and probably Ewoks. I really don't have a problem with Ewoks. I just don't want to be completely overwhelmed by Ewoks. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So the Jabba's Palace expansion, one of the things this talks about is it's probably going to have larger maps, so that's really cool. It also is going to have different places, and we're going to be back on Tatooine, but we're going to see the Sarlacc. We're going to see Jabba's Palace. We're going to see the sail barge. So that's cool. We're going to get 3 new heroes in this pack, so that's also very cool, along with some new cards and upgrades. One of the things that's really interesting about like some of these new heroes is like there's one guy that they kind of teased named Onar Koma. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's got 20 hit points. I mean, what a tanky guy. He gets no defense right away, but that's crazy. And so yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I mean, I'm really most excited about the Rancor that comes in here. We also got some jet troopers that are flying around, and they have these interesting looking stands too, where they have like a clear piece to show them going up. So first kind of mini on a stand like that in Imperial Assault that we've seen. That's pretty cool. They also teased 4 new expansion packs. Now these are these are kind of like the line of expansion packs that comes with a big box expansion. So a lot of these are taking the place of just the cardboard chits. So we've got Captain Taro. Now, Captain Taro is a dewback rider. He also comes with a card for a dewback rider. So kind of similar to General Weiss and the ATST, how he came, he could dual configuration. He could be either one. So that's that. I imagine he may even come with different plastic bits, so you could set him up to look differently. But the only thing that's weird about him is he's speed 5. It looks like on his card he's speed 5. Dewbacks didn't look that fast to me in the movies, but I don't know. Maybe he feeds his dewback something crazy. But he comes with a card like Feeding Frenzy that can give you extra damage and allow you to heal yourself if you equip it to a creature. So that's interesting. We got Jabba. So Jabba's awesome, right? The first thing about Jabba, though, look at that sculpt. such a weird sculpt. It looks like the Episode 4 Special Edition version of Jabba. It doesn't look like Return of the Jedi Jabba. It looks like the first version of the Special Edition Jabba. Now, if you're real young, you might not remember this, but when they came out with the Special Edition, the Jabba they put in there looked really bad, and they've updated it a couple of times. He still doesn't look good, but I mean, they should just try to stick with a strictly Episode 6 Jabba. But whatever. I'm not gonna complain too much. It is cool. I wanted a Jabba mini. He looks like he's a little smaller than he should have been, but the scale is sometimes the scale in this game is a little bit wonky. So, I think ATSTs are a little too small in the game. You figure two people's trying to get in that cockpit, it just doesn't seem too right to me. But anyway, Jabba has a ton of abilities. Like, they didn't tease the exact a close-up high-res version of his card, but you can kind of see some of the abilities. Like, one of them is lets you draw a command card. He's got all kinds of different things that he can do, all kinds of different support. And he's tough enough. He's about as tough as you'd expect. You don't want to get close to him, but he's also slow. Only speed 2, but he only costs 6 points too. So he makes a great overall support to keep kind of in the back. But he can also hit. He can hit you. He's not like one of these supports that can't attack. So that's kind of cool. So that's Jabba. We also have Alliance Rangers. Alliance Rangers is kind of like your rebel trooper, and another basically direct tease that Endor is coming next, because they're dressed like that strike team from Endor, which is really cool. So they're long range. They have 2 blue dice. You get 3 of them per card, so kind of like another swarm type unit for the rebels. And they don't look too amazing to me, but they fine. I'm fine with it. I like the tease for Endor, so that's cool. And then last but certainly not least, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. This is so cool. So I'm very, very happy to see this one. We all knew that they were eventually going to make multiple versions of the same cards, and that's why they have the name, but then they have like a subtext underneath. And so this is the second version of Luke Skywalker. This is our first duplicate kind of character where we got 2 different versions, and he looks really strong, and he just looks awesome. Very excited about this guy. It makes me wonder what's next. What are we going to get next as our duplicate? Is it going to be like General Han Solo? Maybe a different version of Leia? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what else we're going to get next. I wonder if we're going to see like a different, like a redeemed Darth Vader. I don't know. That wouldn't work because he'd be dead. So, I don't know. But it's very cool. And now I'm saving for the last part. Is just the best part. I've saved the best for last. Unrelated to any new products that they're going to sell, there is a companion app that they announced that they are working on. So I can't give you a whole lot of details about this, but if you are familiar with Descent came out in March with the Road to Legend companion app, and this thing is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So Descent is very similar. It was the predecessor to Imperial Assault. It's very, very, very similar to Imperial Assault, but it's your typical like Dungeons and Dragons fantasy setting. It plays just like Imperial Assault, where you have one person kind of running the game, the Overlord. I forget what exactly the position is called. I think it's Overlord. And then you have 4 players, 1 versus all, just like Imperial Assault. But the Road to Legend lets you play it as a true co-op. And basically your iPad or your smartphone or your mobile device runs the game for you. It's great because you can use it to track which expansions you own. You can tell it what products you have, and then you tell it who you're going to play in the campaign, and it basically guides you through it. You tell it when, all right, this person's activation is done, and different things will happen. It's actually harder than the normal game because of the disadvantage. There's a natural disadvantage if you're playing against AI, and it knows this. So if it knows that if you try to stall, very bad things will happen. So it kind of has a modified rule set to make it harder. It also comes with kind of specialized campaigns designed specifically for it. So I would imagine an Imperial Assault version having specialized campaigns for it as well. Probably most of it's going to use the base game, but probably some of the other stuff. So I can't wait to get more information on it. There's an app basically coming for Imperial Assault, and it's probably going to be sooner rather than later. I would imagine we'll have it by the end of the year. So let me know if you're excited about that. Let me know what you think, guys. Are you playing Imperial Assault much lately? Are you excited for this app? Are you excited for Luke Skywalker, the Rancor Jabba? Thanks so much for watching, guys. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, leave a message, all that good stuff. Thanks.